had to do what I've done.
So did I.
We've been treated like cattle.
So what?
He said, so what? What's going on? It's your boy Sintel with the intel, and you can already see Rakai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Hello, governor.
Hey, listen, this is Doctor Who Season 9, Episode 8. This one is called the Zygon Inversion. Not invasion, inversion. Listen, Season 9, you had mentioned earlier, is packed full of back-to-back episodes with two-parters. And I, for one, have been enjoying it. This is about to be another conclusion, maybe, to a two-parter as well. Whoever, I mean, for all I know, it could be a three-parter. But I've been enjoying the ride so far. Rakai, how you feeling?
The same. We in the middle of our fourth mini movie this season, so I don't know, and it's been good. Hold on, let me find some wood and knock on, because usually when we get to talking about this, then here comes a terrible ass episode. So, but we haven't had that so far, so I'm in. You know, the Peter Capaldi era is here.
That part. And also, we got a little bit of a shakeup with evil Clara. So make sure you stay to the very end. I'm just saying. Make sure you stay to the very end, because you already know me and Rakai. We're going to chop it up, have a bit of a back and forth over the things we've enjoyed and over some of the things we may be scratching our heads over. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now you know the doc got his TARDIS on there somewhere, right? Got to.
I don't know, but you know, the amount of time it takes, even if he blew on the whistle or did the other stuff, like.
Oh, were you in the upside down? Oh, okay. This must what it be like in her hibernation chamber or whatever the thing is that she's in.
Yeah, she's tripping. Apparently they're not very good at this.
Ooh, that looked nasty.
I mean, it could be the new charcoal. They weren't doing that back then, but you know what I'm saying? Charcoal infused. They're gonna get enough for trapping Clara in stuff. She's trapped in a Dalek, you know what I'm saying? Now she's trapped in this. Since we met her, she's been trapped in something. Shit.
That's her bag, baby.
I don't know.
Oh.
So there's a bit of a link between the two.
Uh-huh.
That was enough time. That was way enough time. After they missed the first time, that TARDIS showed up. Yeah, he's out of there. Him and Osgood is gone. And the Zygon that was on the plane, well, apparently you should get some marinara for him, because he's.
That's the same tunnel when we first started, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like the place where your boy Rigsby was.
Yeah.
Why they want this dude?
What the hell?
She just give him a rash? Is that the beginning of I Am Legend? He can return into one.
Help me!
Damn teenagers! is she recording it too? This is awful.
I would be so upset.
There we go. There's a little bit of respect.
Yeah, you know better.
Mm-hmm.
But if she know, then don't that mean the other one know?
Yeah, they haven't really like expanded on Oh, it was a parachute. What in the box?
Oh.
On how their symbiotic relationship works, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah, of course he got the Union Jack.
Yeah. He got his lokes on. He
Any
ready.
questions?
Doctor.
Parachutes.
Camouflage.
Camouflage.
Yes, we're in Britain. Well, mine, they're sonic.
Sonic specs.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit pointless?
Boo.
Visual hearing aid.
What's wrong with pointless? I once invented an invisible watch.
She said a visual hearing aid.
Don't look at my browser history.
Whoa.
Yeah, I said don't.
What you been looking at?
Didn't that Zygon blow us up with her big bazooka?
She did blow us up with a big bazooka. This is us being blown up with a big bazooka.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I wouldn't even let you get talking, like you always do. Bullet between the eyes, first thing.
Again, thank you.
Clara. Well, not Clara. The Zygon
The
who...
Zygon who probably killed her regent.
I'm awake.
Pretty strong, yeah?
She was amazing.
No. Not was.
Yes.
Control, piece by piece.
Texting.
How much more human do you get? Well, the Zygon probably doesn't even know it's sent.
Yeah.
What's the note?
Then we've got a game.
The game is afoot.
Hey, I like her personality. Let's go. So we trying to get this W. Get it together, Doc.
Osgood could be a companion.
Yeah.
Hitch a ride or, you know, get her own little series, some with Unit.
Mm-hmm.
She went back and looked in the mirror like, I look good. I look fly. That laptop is huge.
I wonder what she saw. It sounded like they was changing.
That's so funny. She'd be so angry and Clara's so little.
It was my plane. I had a big plane for purposes of pouncing about.
They Zygons. Look at that face.
It went off with a massive bang about half a mile that way.
See what you did there.
It's fine. We're fine, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Come on, you don't invade planets without having a plan. That's why they're called planets, to remind you it's a planet. Hey, that's good.
That's a terrible pun.
That was awful.
Mixed messages here. You know I'm over 2,000 years old. I'm old enough to be your messiah.
I am not. What memories? What has she got?
Don't tell her where the Osgood box is. And above all, don't tell her what it is.
Keeps her alive.
Good red herring.
Yeah,
That
keeps
was a
her
good
alive.
red herring.
Before.
That's, isn't it?
Oh. This is the same place Bonnie texts from. We need to hurry.
You gonna make him pull a switch. This is not messing with Papa.
Let's see what I can do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give me my
Girl, don't play
phone
with
back.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me.
No, you can't, otherwise you would have done already. I can kill you.
Go ahead.
Then you better start asking questions. You better not lie. You see, that's the problem. I am a brilliant liar.
She ain't
That's a
lying.
fact.
Yeah.
What a dump.
London's okay.
No, it's not. It's a dump.
Oh.
Yep.
I will know, and I will kill you. Do you understand me? Yes.
Right, she's like, I'm here to show you how good a liar I am.
Instead of living in chains. Most of your own kind don't want that. Then it's time we stopped giving them a choice.
Dang. It's like you don't get a choice.
Am I lying to you?
Am I lying now?
See you later.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Petronella.
Intranella?
Petronella?
Because it might matter.
And what's important?
Which one are you, human?
Oh, Petronella. Okay, thank you.
They attacked me. They saw me. I had to.
Ugh.
That sounds like he just sharded.
Oh, he needs some fiber in his life.
He tore his drawers up.
We can help. We can help you.
Stank of Buddha dirty draws. Oh.
Not sure.
Dang, that is.
Your truth or consequences.
Ugh.
They will kill me.
He gonna barbecue his own ass.
Oh. Dang.
Made him some calamari.
There it is, Osgood. There's our plan.
Wow.
Kate, are you all right?
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
It's just I heard otherwise.
We know where the Zygon command center is. We know where Clara's pod is. We can take you there.
Well, how very convenient, because that's just exactly what we're looking.
Yeah, Doc like, nah, you ain't finna pull the okey doke on me.
I think they're Zygons.
Oh, you tricky little monkeys.
Oh, I thought you knew that.
Yeah.
Well, Clara, I think you're reaching the.
It just happened to be set on a table out by itself. Like, for real. All the stuff that they got in there is just on the table by itself, just sitting there waiting.
What for?
Because I just found out why it's called an Osgood box.
There's two of them. Yuck.
Yeah. I like it. She get up out of there with that bed head.
Blue one normalizes all your people.
Is he lying?
And when you open up the box, you'll see I'm not lying.
Dang. Oh, word?
Sorry, Doctor. Self-defense.
You're you.
I'm me.
How did you survive?
She bust a cap in that.
5 rounds.
Probably somebody with some damn sense.
Huh.
Don't approve.
Why does peacekeeping always involve killing?
Hey, listen.
Gas that kills the Zygons. You took it.
Well, you know how it is. Daddy knows best.
That's what's in the red box, yes? If I remember rightly, it causes a chain reaction in the atmosphere, turns every Zygon on Earth inside out.
Ugh.
The secrets, keep the peace.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Truly.
She's not her. Or is she?
Come on.
Remember, she just said she didn't agree to that. I don't know. She's out here busting caps on people, so I think she out here shooting Zygons. She is human.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
She want to kill them all. She want to normalize them all.
World. The other one cancels their ability to change form. It'll make them human beings forever.
Oh.
I had to do what I've done.
So did I.
We've been treated like cattle.
So what?
He said, so what?
Oh, it's not fair.
Did she say it's not fair? Welcome to what?
They are facts. You just want cruelty to beget cruelty. Superior to people who were cruel to you. You're just a whole bunch of new cruel people. The only way anyone can live in peace is if they're prepared to forgive.
That's right, Doc.
Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, you don't actually know, do you? Because, like every other tantruming child. So let me ask you a question about this brave new world of yours.
Come on.
and fair when you have finally got it exactly the way you want it? What are you going to do with the people like you?
Ooh, suck it now.
Protect your glorious revolution from the next.
From you.
Oh, will you? Well, maybe you will win. But nobody wins for long.
And nobody wins forever. In that part.
A box. A box with everything I need. A 50% chance.
For us too.
Yeah.
Fingers on buzzers! Are you feeling lucky? Are you ready to play the game?
You set this up. Why?
Because it's not a game, Kate. This is a scale model of war. War ever fought right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Do you know what thinking is? It's just a fancy word for changing your mind.
I like that.
Think they'll let me go after what I've done?
You're all the same, you screaming kids. You know that?
Understand? You will never understand.
Girl, I destroyed my whole planet. The hell you talking about? You better put some respect on my name.
I hear more screams than anyone could ever be able to count. Have to live like this. No one else will ever have to feel this pain. Not on my watch.
Tell him. She might be too radicalized, though.
Do you know how you know that? Because you've started to think. It's hell, isn't it? No one should have to think like that. And no one will. Because you're of a disadvantage that you learn. I know that phase.
Oh.
We know the boxes are empty now. We can't forget that.
No, well, you said that the last 15 times.
You didn't wipe my memory.
No, just Kate's. Oh, and your little friends here.
You're going to protect me.
You're one of us now, whether you like it or not.
I don't understand how you could just forgive me.
Because I've been where you have. There was another box. I was going to press another. I was going to wipe out all of my own kind. Man, woman, and child. I was so sure I was right.
What happened?
Same thing that happened to you.
Doctor said me.
Well, I've heard a couple of different versions.
I made it up from the initials. It stands for totally and radically driving in space. All of the future, all of history, and all of the universe.
But I think I have to stay. I've got a couple of boxes to keep an eye on, and a world to keep safe.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, just for record, if she'd accepted, she would have died.
They had a red shutter to the next episode.
You take care of him. Don't let him die or anything.
What if he's really annoying?
Then fine.
Got you.
She said, well, then fine.
Which one are you?
I'm Osgood.
Human or Zygon?
And do you know when that day will be? The day nobody cares about the answer.
The shit.
Oh, look at his face.
But I don't. How?
Think it through, Doctor. To carry on using Clara's face when there's a vacancy.
Sajella? But which one of you?
Osgood. Doesn't matter which of us is which. All that matters is that Osgood lives, and nothing's going to stop it.
Huh.
Basil, we're a credit to both of them.
Oh, and you should know.
Good try, though. His name's not Basil.
So you must have thought I was dead for a while.
Yeah.
How was that?
Longest month of my life.
It could only have been 5 minutes.
Ice creams? Yes, ice creams. Then back to work. Same old, defending the earth.
Most famous sip of primatine mist ever.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you wanna watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Centel. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. All right, not bad. Pause. No spoilers. All right, so we got an end of another mini movie. I enjoyed it. Capaldi was in his bag. He definitely rolled his sleeves up and was like, you gonna get this message, and I'm gonna tell you this right off top. And, hey, it was a couple of moments I damn near stood up and applauded. Because as as what's going on in the real world, there's people that need to listen to that type of messaging. Shoes, people in general, not just world leaders, but people in general. It was just a great moment. How are you feeling regarding this end of another great two-parter?
I think really between these two parts, really almost like for the first time for me, Jenna Coleman showed up. She showed up and showed out. Like,
okay.
I mean, she's been good. She's been serviceable, all these episodes that she's been in, but this was one of those episodes that she showed up. Yeah, she was in there like swimwear on this one.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes you mimic, go with the talent that is assembled. And Peter Capaldi has showed up since he first hit the screen. And this particular episode, he was in his bag. Yeah. Like, he ate and left no crumbs. Like, that dude. There have been a lot of great speeches and monologues in Doctor Who. The writer's room has been busy. Them people that want to, write their Oscar speech or whatever, the one noticing it. But that one was damn good about forgiveness. And then especially when it didn't even seem like part of the monologue, when he was talking about what he's had to do and the choices that he's had to make. Really, really moving stuff. Only Doctor Who speech that right now, off the top of my head, passes that one.
Okay.
Would really be that Matt Smith gave, and then Amy gave right behind it when they went to the little planet with the parasite that was going the whole planet of the world or whatever.
Okay.
That one was. Yeah. I got the rings of something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That one was incredible.
Yeah.
The rings. I don't know.
Of Etoine.
The rings. Yeah. The thing is, and I think it was one of these past few episodes where Peter Capaldi said, where we did the flashback to why he got that face, why he was this version of Doctor, much older, wiser, curmudgeonly, very cynic and rude Doctor. Why this Doctor? And he has shown up for that. Like, this era Peter Capaldi is so different than the 3 previous and even the one ahead that we've gotten. I'm appreciating Pop. Like, You know, we got Granddaddy, Doctor, but I am appreciating what he is putting out on the screen. Like he is really giving a master's class in this. And I know they don't do this in Britain, but I mean, if this was an American episode, I would be like, Granddaddy, Dr. Funkenstein, or whatever.
I forgot what it was exactly that he said, but it was pretty much that. Dr. Funkenstein.
He had more. Yes. This should be an Emmy nod, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the equivalent of that is, you know, across the water. But it's certainly it should be considered for some type of fanfare, you know, some type of award, whatever the equivalent of the Emmy is over there. You know, it was the only one I know of.
The only ones I know of over there. I don't know if that's their version of the Oscars or the Emmys, but I've heard of the BAFTA.
Right.
It's like the British Academy of Film and Television.
Right.
But I don't know if that's an Oscar or an Emmy, because it took me a while to figure out that those were two different things in America. just like what is it, the Emmys and then the American Music Awards or whatever.
Between the AMAs and the Grammys.
Yeah, it took me a long time. Whatever the official name for the Grammys, like there's an official name, or is it the Oscars, the Academy of Arts and Sciences or whatever, like the official name.
Okay.
I would hear it and stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's two different awards." No, it's the same award.
I think you were right to give a hat tip to Jenna Coleman. She definitely showed out. I mean, you know, when Capaldi's in his bag like this, it's one of those things with rising tide rises up, lifts all ships, something like that. Something that I'm paraphrasing. But you know, there was a quieter performance that I thought was pretty that I thought carried a lot of weight from a very small character. And it was the Zygon who was forced to transform. And that whole
the guy?
Yeah, the guy that was forced to transform, that was running for his life. And that scene where he's just saying, when they're like, you know, we can protect, you know, if you join our side, and the dude was just like, I don't give a damn about no sides. You know, I'm not choosing a side. I just want to live my life. You know, and now I've had that stripped away from you. You've burned my entire life down. I just wanted to kind of like live in peace over y'all's petty little argument or whatever that was. I thought that was a pretty pivotal moment, because there are a lot of people, you know, like, you know, when countries fight, and two Godzillas fighting each other, you know, the little people on the street and the ones that get stomped on, get their houses destroyed, sacrifice themselves in order for the greater needs of whoever it is that's holding some flag. And I think it was important for the writers to put that poor little Zygon in there and just be like, yo, all this stuff you're doing, and now everything I know is destroyed. Now the choice for him to take himself out, I thought was kind of interesting as well too, because I always go back to Black Panther in the very end when Killmonger, you know, does a hat tip to those slaves that were on the ships during the transatlantic voyage that chose the sea, you know, instead of enslavement, and jumped into the waters. And it felt kind of like that as well. He was like, I'd sooner take myself out than to not live this life that I deserve. So I thought that was just a powerful moment within the show. Not to take anything away from Capaldi or Coleman, but just a hat tip to a smaller role.
Okay. Not what you're gonna say.
No.
Because I thought you were gonna give it up for Osgood, you know what I'm saying, staying so even this whole episode.
Yeah, the Osgood was another thing I didn't see coming. You know, there's some interesting stuff too that kind of like translates in today's age regarding identity. I'm sure there's some pretty good arguments and conversations that could be pulled from that. Choosing who you are, trying to be like, well, you have to be this thing that I feel in my head, and Osgood's pretty much like, no, I am me, period. So I'd be curious to see what people in the chat, in the comment section, if that even applies to that. I mean, I may be reaching a little too far. Anything else regarding? First off, let me just say a hat tip to to this episode as a whole, because IMDb with over 6,000 votes, this episode was an 8.4. And you know how hard it is to get 8s on IMDb? This was an 8.4. So this is considered a very, very loved and very well respected episode. I'm curious what you all think as well.
Of the episodes we've seen so far, what is the highest of the first? Because we're 8 episodes in. Of the first 8 that we've seen.
That's a good question. Let me see. I'm only going to look at just the first 8 because I don't want it to spoil too much. Let me see. Season 9. Let me see. Christmas episode was an 8.1. The Magician's Apprentice was an 8.3. The Witch's Familiar was an 8.4. Under the Lake was an 8.1. Before the Flood, 8.0. The Girl Who Died was a 7.4. The Girl Who Died and The Girl Who Lived, or the actually lowest ones, The Girl Who Lived was a 7.2. The Zygon Invasion was a 7.6, and then the Zygon Inversion was an 8.4. So this is the highest rated episode outside of The Witch's Familiar of the season so far.
What was The Witch's Familiar?
Shoot, hold on, let me go back to it and just clicked off of it. Give me 1 second. Oh no, did it again. Un momento, por favor. The Witch is Familiar. Trapped in a terrifying galaxy. The Doctor is at the heart of
no,
an evil
empire. I know what episode. What was the score?
Oh, 8-4. It tied it.
8-4.
Yeah.
Okay, it tied it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's Zygon Inversion.
No, I know The Witch is Familiar because that just so happened. That just recently dropped on YouTube. That was episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So this, we've said a couple of times throughout this season that this season has just been really good. It's just doing a good job of giving us exactly what it is that we're looking for. Good through line, good storyline, mini movies. It's just a solid, well done season. Capaldi's in his bag. He's making everybody else great as well. You can't not watch him on the screen. It's just, he's there. You gotta pay attention.
Here's the crazy thing. Unless they one off, I mean, we are 2 more mini movies, 2 more episodes for real. I mean, I know it's 4, but I mean, we're right here at the end. Like, we are 8 episodes in right now. We are cooking with grease.
Yeah, and it's floating by too, man. I think a lot of it has to do with it being
we had a whole week.
Movies.
We had a whole week down, and I still feel like we just started this last week.
Which is crazy because we've shot before when we've shot an entire week and it still felt like we had a whole lot left, but this one still seems to be flying by. But that's testament to how good it is. So, time flies when you're having fun.
And to be fair, we've done this. We've shot on 4 days. Talking about Doctor Who, and we did a double on each one because you can't start episode 1 and then no, I gotta see how this ends. Come on, let's go. Which a lot of times when we're shooting the earlier seasons, to get a twofer was a gift. We've done a twofer every time for this season so far.
Big shout out to Bookish in the chat. Said this speech to me always just resonated, especially of late with Israel and Gaza. Nearly 10 p.m. here. Good night. That was a good way to drop a little dime and then peaced out. Thank you, Bookish. Let me see. Jason said, like I said, it transcends Doctor Who and is relevant today as it was when it was filmed. That's one of the things I think that first moved us when it came to Doctor Who is a lot of the messaging. I know we've been so lost in the story and character development and everything else. We haven't really talked about some of the social the social issues that Doctor Who can so easily just swim through and feel comfortable having these discussions through the art of good storytelling. This episode is a good reminder of that. Hey man, you got any closing thoughts for this?
Just one. So in the chat, Jack Meow says it's always equated war to throwing a hand grenade into a bus full of innocent people to get the one guy you don't like.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, but as someone who's actually been to war.
Okay, say more.
I don't equate it the same.
Okay.
Only because and that is the thing, that is the hopefulness, that is the love of TV and movies. especially when they're not American. American, we are stuck on stupid like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But in other parts of the world, this speech by the doctor was magnificent, and that's the way you want the world to act. It's not the way that the world actually reacts. Some people meet violence with violence because that is the only language that they understand. And I don't care, you can talk to your blue in the face. And we watched it in several things that we watched. Like if we're talking about media being as a whole and being like, this is the hope of media. But we also watched people do more talking than fighting. Stuff like Shogun. But it still led to a war at the end.
Yeah.
We watch a whole lot of talking in Game of Thrones and people positioning because money and power talk a different language than the rest of us who are talking. You know, there's 8 billion people in the world. However, it's 80,880 that really hold all the cards. You know, at the end of this, think about it like this. At the end, you're talking about 20 million Zygons who are either going to be destroyed or normalized, right? 20 million. How many people was in that room making the decisions for 20 million people? That's the part. Because like the dude, like you said, that gave the quiet performance, the one dude who was in the store, who got turned against his will and just wanted to live his damn life. Yeah, those are regular damn people. But unfortunately, he got no access to the box. He ain't gonna never, ever get close to the box to make a decision about, because he's clear-headed on whether the rest of the people, if it's 19,905 of them, you know, 95,000, you know, whatever, that want to just live their lives and just be that small but loud minority, end up curbing the will of the majority and making a lot of decisions for the majority, whether they wanted to or not. That is the world that we live in. And I love media for that. And this is an appropriate escape from some of the choices that are made in real life for us. And I say for us, because I'm not one of the people that would ever get in a room. I would love to be in a room, but still, it's almost like we watched the episode where the doctor, asshole of a decision as it was, he said, no, you know, y'all want to destroy the moon, destroy the dragon, live in the moon. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Now you the person in the room.
I like
Make
that.
the choice.
Yeah.
What this like?
They don't put this on me. This is on y'all. You got to live with these consequences.
Yeah. And at the last second, she made what turned out to be the appropriate choice. But I mean, again, we're in TV.
Yeah.
What if it was the wrong choice? What if the dragon came out there and just got the flame in the whole earth and killed everybody? You know, you can't be like, hey, before he killed everybody, can we get in the TARDIS? I need a do-over. I need a reset. Hold on. Turn the PlayStation off. Unplug it. Plug it back in. Like, that's not how life works. And it is unfortunate. And I wish that there was a way that we could have more of these types of speeches.
Yeah.
I think that's just have more of these type of speeches to make more sense to people. But unfortunately, I think the way people work is if there's an opportunity that you show kindness and that's mistaken for weakness, which is really going back to The Witch's Apprentice. Maybe why The Witch is familiar. Maybe why it rated so high as this is because that's how we would love for the world to be, with compassion and empathy. But unfortunately, the doctor showed compassion, and Davros tried to get his ass for it. You know, I don't know.
No, I think you're onto something, man. That's why we do need art. You know, we are both pretty big fans and proponents of art being a method to help save and heal humanity. I think that if we get too lost into the details of why we don't get along, people's eyes kind of glaze over, the messaging kind of gets lost. So we can We can count on a guy flying around in a little blue box, a silly man in a blue box that is traveling the universe and is just trying to make the best of what he can. It's kind of simple, and I do appreciate. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in a lot of Doctor Who episodes. If we were like, if this really truly happened, I don't think we could look at Doctor Who with that lens. You know, you have to kind of look at it almost. You know, I'm not saying dumb it down, but we have to take the rougher parts of it and just get to the heart of and the truth of what's being said. And the doc does it pretty simply. So I do appreciate that. You know, you can take a higher level ideas and concepts, and make it a little bit easier for people to understand. I think it's all about, you know, dropping the seed, planting the idea and the seed of being peaceful and loving one another, and then beating each other up over the details of it. So thank you, Doctor Who, and the creators of Doctor Who for doing that. If I can get a good story and some good messaging, you know, be silly. You know, if the Doctor wants to wear his magical Ray-Bans and play his guitar in order to tell me a good message, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that.
I mean, yeah, at least it's not a fez.
I'll take the Ray-Bans probably over the fez, but I don't like the Ray-Bans. The Ray-Bans got to go. Bring not my screwdriver. I wish I had a shirt that said that, not my screwdriver. I will always be old school for the screwdriver over those damn Ray-Bans.
It should not be Sonic Ray-Bans.
No, that's awful.
The sunglasses are cool though. I mean, it's a whole different level of cool. Like, that man tried to force a fez and bow tie on us. Okay, I'll take the bow tie, but the fezzes are cool. No, sir. I don't know who told you that. No, not never.
Oh my gosh.
Ray-Bans, cool.
Let me see. Before we get out of here, just a quick message to everybody. Thank you, first of all. Thank you for everybody that's been in here. If you're wondering who it is that we're talking to, members of the Discord, members of Patreon members get a special section of the Discord where you can actually watch us do these reactions in real time, and we do respond to everybody's comments from time to time. Sometimes we kind of get going, and but we do read, and it does have an influence over how we watch some of this. So if you want, you know, to get a little bit closer to one of your favorite reactors, this is a great opportunity for that. We do have some other projects. Frank is like, yo, we got some other stuff. Give him a heads up. Let me see. We just finished 7 and 8, right? We just finished 7 and 8. Yeah.
Yep.
We got 9, which is let me see notes on the finale. 9 and 10 will be done next Tuesday, so we'll be shooting again next Tuesday. Actually, I need to do this off camera. This is actually the YouTube stuff. Rakai, sorry, I'm back. If you've been enjoying the conversation that me and Rakai have been having, do yourself a favor. Head over to Rakai's YouTube page. That's what happens, man. I get too many irons in the fire. Do yourself a favor, like real talk, for real. You need to head over to Rakai's page because he gives these great, insightful deep dives over the content that we love and enjoy, and he has a lot of them on Doctor Who. If you are a Who fan, you want to do yourself a favor and hit that subscription button. Show some love to his Patreon as well. Rakai, please tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. I'm watching the playback and seeing Lil Buddy as he fluctuates between turning human and turning into a Zygon. It's just awful. I mean, kudos to the special effects department that just put some, doing some makeup and doing some things like that. Outstanding job, but that shit looks awful and painful at the same time.
Like they stank.
Yeah, if you and I love how you had to, real quickly you had your producer hat on. You're like, oh, hold on, let me take the producer fez off and put on my regular reactor Ray-Bans. I get it. Cool shit. If you like my reactions, please come over, check out my Patreon. I try to drop content on there earlier than when it hits my YouTube page. Here lately, I've been successful with that, so that is yay. But if not, if you can only do it when it hits the YouTube page, that's cool too. Both of them in the same way. /Nuke from the Ville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Don't worry if I said it too fast. It's in the description. Everything you watch, if you listen to our reactions and talk about and hear our discussion, We use this, but a whole lot of that. And that shout out to the Discord community, Patreon community, who helps us formulate our discussions. There's a whole lot of this in there too. So thank you, all of you chefs.
Hey, thank you. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next episode. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.